you were the person that you are now, would you still choose Trevino as your husband? Hey Team Tresela!
Welcome back to another epic vlog.
Woo!
So shout out to our favorite comment from the last video. This one goes out to Pauline Kistensami. By far, this is my favorite video. It was so personal and touching. Thank you for sharing your life with us. Wishing you many years of happiness.
Thank you so much for your comment. So I posted a sticker on Instagram asking you guys to give us some questions for our 1-year wedding anniversary, which is the 26th of July. And a lot of you guys have sent us messages. Some of them aren't really relevant to being married for 1 year. Like someone asked, how do you guys stay motivated? We've answered that question many times before.
Yeah.
So we're only picking a few questions to answer. And let's get into the questions.
Thank you guys for the questions.
How has married life been different thus far? And is it different as compared to when you all were dating?
I think we have answered something like this before.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I think the only really big change is that we're living together. So, like cooking every single day, making sure bills are paid.
Basically running a household.
I think that has been the biggest change from dating to being married. What are your future plans? And that's from Zingy.
I feel like there's future, like what, kids or?
Yeah, like.
Is she asking about children?
I think so. She wants a friend for.
Have we discussed this before?
On the channel?
On
No,
the channel.
I don't think so.
Kids were always in the plans. So Selina and I love kids. So we said, we always had like a plan, and the plan was married at 26 and then kids
we
by
got married
28.
at 25, yeah.
Yeah, well,
yeah. So kids are definitely in the plan for the future. We definitely want to get another house. We currently own this place that we're living in, but it's in a complex, and I really want a garden. I want to plant lychee trees. My grandfather had lychee trees. I want to plant stuff. You guys know my balcony has plants, so I want a big garden. I obviously want dogs.
And also just like enough space in the house, like
to
for
entertain.
a kid, yeah.
Also to entertain, because we really do love entertaining pre-coronavirus. So, how has it been in general, and what are your most fruitful moments?
That's a good question. I think the whole journey is amazing and fruitful. Honeymoon was nice. Wedding definitely a highlight, having all our family there.
I think moving in was also like a very good fruitful moment.
Yeah.
So funny story, the day that we moved in, or the day before we moved in, our lounge kind of flooded.
Oh yeah. I think you have mentioned this before.
But I think one of the most exciting things about this year was definitely furnishing our place and now changing from blues to naturals
and designing the place as well together, which is awesome. Like Selina has a little app on her phone. It's probably not even a real app, but she draws stuff that she visualizes, and it's amazing to see that come to life. Our bedroom, the video went up. It literally started with a drawing, guys,
like a sketch that I did on Instagram,
freehand sketch drawing that she done. And it's awesome putting ideas together.
And in general, I would say obviously this past year has been amazing. There has been deaths in our families which kind of made it not so amazing, but also, and I don't think it's an excuse, but it is what it is. Since March we haven't really done much. Like, we haven't gone out because of lockdown. We haven't been with family. We were supposed to be in Dubai for our anniversary. There's just a lot that lockdown has sort of stopped.
True.
But also we were able to spend a lot of time together and pray together more.
And on the flip side, being homebound, we got, I would say, a lot more time to spend with each other, trying new things. Like, you've been killing it on Duolingo with Spanish, with unbeaten streak. Like, how many days are you on now?
98, I think.
Yeah, you got to do a lot of things that you would have maybe been busy with before that you couldn't do.
How many children do you want to have? Dos. Have you guys had any major fights since being married?
Major fights? No, usually.
Major drama in our lives, not because of each other, yes, but not major fights. I don't think major fights.
No, not really. It's been pretty chilled. But I guess they say after 2 years of marriage or so, then you sort of get into it and understand. But because I think we've been together for so long.
I guess there's also different things to fight about. I guess we've fought about a lot of things.
And we've said this in past videos, it's evolved so much, the relationship and just the maturity.
We do argue, but we don't fight. We have small arguments. Prior to filming this video, Trevino started getting ready before me. I was seated first. I set up everything, the lights, the camera, and Trevino was still up and down looking for stuff. Then we started filming, then he's like, he doesn't have his ring.
Do you have a ring on?
Yes.
Okay, I don't have mine.
or we have arguments
I want to be married in this
like
video.
that. Has there been any talk of starting a family together?
Definitely. Like we've even discussed kids' names and
Kids' names.
yeah,
when we're doing it.
it's gonna be exciting.
That's
Making the
funny.
kids when we're doing
when
it.
we gonna that was weird. Okay, did more responsibility come with the title of being called a wife? Yes, definitely. There are I don't know if it's because of being called a wife or because we're living together, so yeah, there's that. What was it like leaving your home and starting one with Trevino? Was the transition difficult? No, it was not. Some of you may know I lived with Trevino and his parents prior to us moving out on our own.
And we have explained why in a previous
Yeah.
video.
So there wasn't much of like a difficult transition. Yeah.
I think it was like a really fun journey for us. We were like really
was.
excited to furnish the place,
Yes.
to move in. And we were talking about it. How funny was it that it was literally both of our cars filled up with our stuff and that was it. Now we look around, we're like,
Where is everything gonna fit when we move from here?
hmm.
But also we prior to moving in here, when we bought our house, we started buying stuff.
Guys, that is a
And
smart
we had
idea.
it in storage.
In a
So
storage
we,
unit.
We had our fridge, microwave, bed, we were using,
beddings, some cutlery
cutlery,
stuff.
crockery.
Do like all these little things because each month you just buy one thing and you keep it away, and at the end of a couple of months you're like, wow, look
I
at how
think
much stuff we have
The only thing that
accumulated.
we actually bought when we moved in here was this
And
dining
the
room table
couches
and the
because of
couch.
space.
And then later on we bought the TV.
It
and
helps.
that.
It really helps to buy things
Yeah.
ahead of time.
How challenging was it being a wife instead of a girlfriend or fiance?
I feel like there's more questions for you.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. To me, there was no difference. Part of me will encourage couples to live together before getting married because, you know. But then also part of me is like, there wasn't really like, oh, now I'm a girlfriend, now I'm a fiance, now I'm a wife. Everything was just one flow because we were living together prior to this. And we've been sharing finances and tasks and responsibilities for long. So when we got married, literally the only thing that changed was the documents and this ring on my finger. Other than that, I think we're still the same people. Our relationship is still the way it was. We still do things the way we used to do. So I don't know if that answered your question. How do you manage your finances? A budget?
A budget. A good start is definitely having a budget.
Before you give the next tip, I think you and I need to get a joint account. Because this thing of like, I forgot my card at home. Babe, I don't have your card with me. Like, obviously, I earn a salary, he earns a salary. And sometimes I want to spend his money and not my money, but I don't have his card with me. So I think we need to
sometimes I want to
get...
spend your money and not my money.
So I think we need to get one
We
account
need
and we
to.
put our disposable income in there and just get cards so we
Yeah.
can just...
For sure.
Okay, sorry for interrupting you. Go on. How do we manage our finances?
Yeah, so definitely a budget is a good start, and be transparent, guys, with your finances.
Yeah.
Like, let the other person know what's happening. Like, I don't think it's healthy if you don't know the other person's financial situation. You need to know the other person's financial
There's only
situation.
been one time where I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
When you bought the ring, he didn't
How
even
did
let
he
me touch
secretive?
his phone. He was like, "No, what do you want my phone for?" Then I was going on his banking app, and he's like, "What are you doing? You don't need that." And I'm like, "It's normal. What I do."
So definitely savings, have a budget.
Yeah.
Make sure that you guys are like putting a plan in place to have savings, to clear debt, to have more disposable income. That's something we're also working towards. It's a journey because I mean, you didn't just wake up one day and end in debt. It was
Yeah.
steps that got you there. So it's important. And also, guys, live within your means. We've said this before. Like,
Yeah.
definitely live within your means. Do things for the sake of it.
How did you all start including God in and through your lives, and how did you all manifest Him together? I don't think it was like let's
Yeah.
start including Jesus. It was Trevino was born Christian.
Yeah, but also like being born Christian doesn't mean ooh Jesus.
Yeah, but it's not like it was like a stop-start button.
Yeah, it was progressive.
What do you mean? How did we start including God in our relationship?
It's
Well,
just
when we
part of
saw-
our daily life, part of everything, praying,
Well,
worshiping,
when we saw
reading
that
the
our
Bible.
lives, when we tried to exclude God and do things on ourselves, and it was a show, and then we included God, we're like,
Are you gonna include the shit in your
no,
channel?
I'm gonna.
Oh, okay.
and then we included God, and we're like, what is this new
Selina
life?
asks God for a blessing. God blesses Selina.
Selina? Yeah, so it just happened naturally, like
Yeah.
praying together every morning, worshiping together, reading the Bible. We always say it's very important to have a spiritual life as individuals, but also
As a couple, definitely.
If you are the person that you are now, would you still choose Trevino as your husband? I would definitely.
You
However,
say I would like there was another option.
there's multiple other options.
Okay. Thumbnail.
I would, but I think I would change some things in myself. like in the beginning of our relationship, I was very yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, to everything that regarded our relationship. I didn't have a say. I just went with whatever anyone told me. So if I knew what I know now, or if I was the person that I am now, would I still choose Trevino? Absolutely.
Thank you. I choose you too.
Said maybe. If you had to use one word, how would you describe the last year? Short.
Including Corona?
Yeah.
Short. Because then,
Corona
like, it could
just
be.
ruined everything. Like, I can't. But okay, let's say excluding Corona, I would say short, because even watching those wedding videos
But
back.
how can you think back to a year without Corona? Like, it's been half of.
Okay, but it feels short. It doesn't feel like we got married a year ago.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I still remember a lot of things. It's like, how was this a year ago?
Yeah,
you know what I'm
exactly,
saying?
exactly.
And so much has changed in our
A lot
families
has
over that
changed,
year.
definitely.
That's my answer. What's your own answer? There's not school where you can copy my own work. Exposed.
Describing the last year, but now are they all asking like basically about our marriage and our
Yes,
wedding?
it's a
for
wedding
year.
anniversary Q&A.
It's been phenomenal, guys. Phenomenal.
What has been the biggest challenge this past year being a married couple?
I think for me,
I might steal this answer.
she's gonna piggyback off mine. Being sensitive to the other person and understanding the other person's needs, because you get caught up in life and being busy and doing things apart, doing things together, that you sometimes lose sight of what is actually important and what does the other person need. Not that you don't care about the other person, but I think what I'm trying to say is every more so touching base every now and again and understanding, you know, hey, where are you at right now? How's your love tank? How are you feeling? Like, talk to me about your future. It's because on a daily, like, hey, how's your day? That's not
Yeah.
really having a conversation.
And I think one of my biggest challenges is expressing frustration when it comes to that. Like, if I'm feeling Trevino's a roommate and not my husband, or we just colleagues now that we're working from home, my biggest challenge has been expressing that, and also expressing what I feel is important
Yeah.
in our marriage and relationship versus what he thinks is important in our marriage and relationship.
Because both
and
is
lives.
equally important. That's a really good point.
Not when it comes to zhuzhing up your car, but I'll take that. How do you guys get through certain areas in life when one disagrees? We talk.
And we compromise. But I also, let's be real, we don't really have major disagreements. Most of the time we're on the
I
same
was actually
page.
going to say we don't disagree about small things, we disagree about big things.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, but we don't really have any major disagreements. We sort of aligned on most things.
Your favorite part of your special day? I have
Go
no
for it.
favorite part. Just the fact that we did it. We were actually talking about this today. We were supposed to have a wedding with like 15 people. And watching back the video, it's just like, I'm very happy that we did it the way we did it, and we included our family.
But you're not answering the question. Surely throughout
I
the
don't
whole,
have one favorite
there might have been
part.
one part that might have not been your favorite, but a part that was sentimental to you, or
Walking down the aisle with my uncles who gave me to my
that's a good
grandfather and my
answer.
father, and then
That's a
to
good answer.
this guy.
So me, it would be our vows.
How has it been as husband and wife? Were there drastic changes from courting to marriage?
Did they watch the last video
I
and they
think
threw
so.
in courting?
I don't think there were drastic
changes. Yeah, the whole thing of living together before. It's
Yeah.
not such a culture shock.
Yeah. Our parents are great, but how do you, as the wife, leave and cleave? My family have
Oh, wow.
expectations. How do you submit and yet honor your parents? I think this is a
This
good
is your
trivia.
channel.
Ah!
How do we do this?
I think it's a you question.
There's times when
The
it's
hard
my channel
questions
and there's times when
now.
it's our channel.
The hard questions need to go to you.
No, okay, so we'll do it in segments. You do
Okay.
the leave and cleave part. I'll
So
do the balance.
basically what leave and cleave means is
It's a really good question.
that there's a time where a married couple, well, there's not a time, as soon as you get married, you need to leave your parents' house. The Bible even says that a husband needs to leave his father's house and become one with his wife.
Yeah, and they stop
Paraphrase,
it.
but that's it. So you need to leave your parents' house and you need to cleave to one another and build your own life and start building your own foundation. So our family have expectations. How do you submit and yet honor your parents? I think you first of all need to submit to God. That is an order from God to leave your parents' house and move and cleave to your husband. And it's not only leave your parents. We as a married couple cannot live with my parents. Him as a married man cannot expect me and him to live with his parents. That's not how it works.
Because it's also sort of, as a man, you are now
The head of the
building
household.
your own home, and yes, you're the head of your home, and you are the head of your home, and you leave what you knew as your life with your parents to create and start your own. And your wife and you become equals in this relationship. What is it? That was weird. Is that a button?
My earring.
Oh. It's important though how you do it, because I remember something about expectations from your parents.
Yeah.
What are those expectations? If it's that your parents expect you guys to live with them, then you need to have a discussion.
Yeah.
Also, like, what are your goals? You and your future partner, what are your goals? Have you discussed that?
Sorry, I think also Pastor Chris said something about,
this was during our marriage counseling, which was awesome.
if your parents don't want you to move out when you get married, that's kind of like them not giving you their blessing, and you need to have their blessing.
And sometimes, look, parents
move forward.
might angle it in a different way, whereas, hey, live with me, I'll support you, I'll help you, but in a way they stagnating your growth also.
Remember,
because when
you have
you
to
step
make your
out,
own decisions.
yeah, and when you step out, you've got to learn, like, it's sad but true, your parents are not always going to be there, and you can still love them a lot and do things for them by not being there, but it's more so making them understand that, hey, it's you guys are taking a step of faith, and you guys are being obedient, and you guys want to build your own life and do things your way,
And also
respectfully, the right way.
one of the really just stop the recording, it's Kiara. And also one of the things that I can definitely say that was amazing when I moved out, and I know you can say the same thing, my relationship with my parents, like, elevated.
It got
was
better.
so
Same on my
much
side.
better when I left home.
Same on my side, yeah. It
was
changed for the better.
amazing.
There was something else that I was going to say on this topic and I can't remember. Since we were kindly interrupted. Healthy, guys. It is healthy for you guys. Like, as you go on in marriage, you realize that your fights, your challenges, all of that changes. It becomes a lot more, it becomes deeper, and the maturity levels of these things. Guys,
and it becomes like
because here you guys are a union, husband and wife, you have your whole life around you. Then there's external factors, and the external factors is family. You get what I'm trying to say, and how all of those things fit together. But so long as you guys are a unit that's together and you guys are aligned and on the same page, I think everything will be fine. Share your word.
Not really a word, but I have a word. I think our disagreements now are beneficial for the future. Prior to being married and prior to living together, our fights and our arguments were for temporary things. Right now, when we disagree and we fix our disagreements, it's adding value to our future and how we live our lives and how our marriage is and how we raise our children.
Definitely.
Preach, sister. What did marriage teach you about life and something you will continue to do for a while?
For me, I would say selflessness. Like, you're no longer responsible just for yourself. You're responsible for another human being, and it works both ways. Making sure that the other person's needs are taken care of and that they
Please remember this when we are driving on the highway.
Better remove that as well.
No, I'm not leaving it in. They must know. They must know. This 1 year of being married has shown me that when things happen, you can't depend on mommy and daddy anymore. Or you can't, if something goes wrong, you can't be like, oh, mom, can you fix it? You are the adult now. Like, we are the adults. And it's just been amazing to lean on Trevino for things that go on, or to just have a partner to share experiences with.
Definitely.
And
wake up next to each morning.
Build our future together. So I think learning to lean on each other and honoring your partner as your husband, your life partner. My grandparents would have been married in August for 51 years. Like, I can't even imagine that. I can't even comprehend what that is.
More than 50 years of marriage. That is amazing.
Right?
That is amazing.
And just to honor your partner and respect them and just treat them like the head of your household. I think that has been something that I've really enjoyed from this past year.
Definitely. And you get so good at understanding the other person as well. Like, you'll know when something's wrong immediately. You pick up on these things.
Yeah. Who is the real decision maker in the relationship?
I understand the question, but I wouldn't really say there's one real, as if Selina's the fake decision maker. I think we make decisions equally, and it needs to be that way, guys, because you need to value each other's opinion and know that it's not that one person is smarter than the other or more important. No, you value each person, and both people's opinions matter, and you make an informed decision together. And
I think what's good also, sometimes one person makes a decision based on emotions and then the other person makes a decision based on logic. So we mix it up together and we come to a common place.
I really like that, but just to add on, there's different topics where perhaps I might be more of a specialist in that, and you might have better insight on something else relating to whatever. Like,
one example I can think of is I always want to reply to comments, if you know what I'm saying. Like if someone says something to me, and not only online, like in person and in life also, if someone does something to offend me or to hurt me or
like,
something,
deal with it now.
I want to go there now. Trevino is like, calm down. Yeah. And I think also sometimes because you're such a happy person, sometimes people can take advantage of you, and I don't like that.
But no.
So that's where I come in, and I'm like, like I can let it slide if someone says something to offend me, but if someone says something about someone that I love,
they knew.
What did you guys find the most difficult when it came to adjusting with living together?
I feel this is the same question in a different way.
Yeah. No, someone asked us all by
what did we find the most difficult?
I think mine was adjusting to what I think is clean compared to what Trevino thinks is clean.
Yeah, chores, guys. Need a dishwasher. Anyway, moving on swiftly. Anyone want to sponsor a dishwasher? Let us know.
What's the best part and worst part of married life? The best part? That's not the dance.
I don't even know the dance. What is it like?
The worst part?
My TikTok dances.
Does Trevino snore? He does sometimes when he sleeps on his back and if he's really tired. And what do? Turn around, you're snoring.
Like the good wife she is.
My sleep is my sleep. Don't mess with my sleep. How did you and someone asked
I often mess with your sleep. Another video, guys.
How did you and Trev split your time between each other's family, and was it naturally equal? At one point, it was very equal. And then
at one point it wasn't so equal.
At one point during this last year of being married, it was very equal. And then my parents moved into our complex. So it's currently not very equal. Because my parents are like 5 steps away from our house.
They're like literally in the same complex, not too far away, and it's just easy.
But it's not like we don't spend time with Trevino's family.
Yeah, guys, it's simple. Make an effort to be with both families.
Yeah. And I think what's really nice about that is we spend time with individuals, like we'll spend time with his family or we'll spend time with my family. But then also because we have a house, it's like a common place. So our parents will just come here.
And we love our house. It's amazing, your own space.
Do you guys save money individually or together? Both.
Both.
But it's not like that's my money, don't touch it. It's like this money one concerns me.
Why? What's going on?
Like a lot of people want to know like who buys the groceries. Like, do you save money together?
Guys, what are you all doing? How are you all living?
Who's more lazy? It depends.
Yeah, depends what we're talking about.
It depends.
But I think we both sometimes do have our lazy days.
Yeah. Like right now our house is a mess, but you can't see it. Ooh, were there things you found out after marriage despite dating for so many years?
That's a good question, but I can't really think of anything right now.
So Trevino always, like when we lived with his parents, I'd always tell him like, dude, clean up after yourself. And he's like, yeah, don't worry. When we move out, I will do it. And he does do it, but he does it in his own time and in his own way. The one thing that I did find out after being married is just because I do things a certain way and he does things the exact same thing in a different way doesn't mean it's wrong. And you need to learn to adapt to the way the person is, because we both have different types of personalities. How has it been being married and how has it affected your careers? Ooh, this is a good question for you. It hasn't affected my career negatively. However,
Corona did affect though. Work, not so much.
I have been pushing
from home,
a lot more my online business. So I've been pushing that a lot more because we obviously want to finish furnishing our house. We want to buy another house. We want to
save,
have babies. So I've been pushing my online business a lot more ever since we got married. And I think the one way that it did affect you is, especially now working from home, you're more conscious of the time that you spend behind your laptop.
Definitely. And it's a bit frustrating because working from home, you don't really have a cutoff. I started this time, I ended that time. Like the dining room. This was my office for a while, and now we decided to use the spare room.
So he's using my office
for me now, so that we can sort of separate, this time to that time, and then afterwards it's switch off and it's family time.
People say the first year is the hardest. Have you found your first year of being married being tough?
100% not.
Yeah, the only thing that's been tough is
lockdown, and everything that our country and the world is going through.
It's really frustrating. Like it sounds bad to say that because it's a serious thing, but yeah, it's changed a lot. It set us back with some stuff.
But not just that, I think like bigger picture, and we've discussed this a lot. Our heart really cries and goes out to those who have like
lost jobs, lost family members.
Yeah, exactly. There's so much more going on.
Yeah, there's a
And
lot.
we're just grateful
going
for
on.
where we are and what we have.
There's bigger problems than us not being in Dubai for our 1 year anniversary.
Exactly.
There's people that are dying.
Someone wants to know if we froze our wedding cake. We didn't even eat our wedding
We didn't
cake.
even eat our wedding cake, guys.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, to comment, to share. See you guys every Tuesday and Friday at 12:30 for a new video.
Bye, Team Tresela.